General activities are broader activity descriptions based solely on BOQ items. They do not include a detailed breakdown of activities for each floor or specific work procedure. Now let's open the BOQ database we created in the previous section, where all our BOQ data is neatly organized in a single table. To recap, we included a BOQ division column to simplify the process of assigning general activities to each division. Let's filter our BOQ divisions one by one and assign well-defined activities to each. In Division 1, the BOQ items are straightforward, and we can simply add a verb to create clear definitions. We will only create activities for items that have costs assigned to them. You can also use a predefined list of general activities, especially if you've worked on similar projects before. Simply assign these activities to the BOQ items and remove any that are not applicable to the current scope. Before we proceed to the next division, let's make it easier to see our unique activities and total assigned amounts by creating a pivot table. Select a cell within our table, then go to the Insert tab and choose Pivot Table. Keep the default settings and click OK. Now let's rename our sheet to General Activities and place it next to the BOQ database. In our pivot table, let's organize the data. Drag the BOQ division to the Rows field. Next, drag the Amount to the Values field. Make sure to set the value field settings to Sum. Finally, take the General Activities and place it in the Rows field under BOQ division. Let's format our pivot table for better clarity. In the Design tab, choose the report layout and select Show in Tabular Form. Also, click on Repeat All Item Labels. We also want to add the BOQ quantity. Drag the quantity data to the Values field above the amount data. We now have our pivot table set up. After assigning general activities, we can easily refresh it. Now let's proceed with Division 2. If the BOQ item is well defined, you can simply copy and paste it into our General Activities column. However, try to keep it concise. Now let's refresh our pivot data. Go to the Data tab and click on Refresh All. This will instantly update and display our unique list of general activities along with the total amount and quantity. We'll provide a few more examples for other divisions before moving on to our next lesson. For BOQ items that you're not sure or familiar with, don't hesitate to reach out to your project team for advice and clarifications. Remember, creating the project schedule isn't solely the responsibility of the planning engineer. It's crucial to involve your team because they will be the ones carrying out the work according to the schedule. So, engaging your team in developing the baseline schedule is essential. Let's refresh our pivot data after assigning activities to Division 3. Another important rule to keep in mind when assigning activities to BOQ items is that the unit of measurement for the item should be the same. For example, in Division 4, we have masonry works for external limestone cladding, and we notice that two different units are used. One is for limestone blocks, measured in square meters, and the other is for limestone coping, which is in linear meters. In cases like this, it's essential to create separate activities to match the distinct units of measurement. In conclusion, we've learned the importance of converting BOQ items into well-defined activities for a clear project schedule. We also discussed methods to maintain activity uniqueness, involve your project team for input, and emphasize the importance of assigning activities to BOQ items with consistent units of measurement. You can choose to define your own general activities based on our sample project, or you can use our completed template for the next lesson to speed up your learning. In our upcoming lesson, we'll explore the specific data we should include in our finalized general activities template. Thank you for tuning in, and stay engaged for more valuable insights in our next lesson.